YouTube, what's going on? It is Snack back with our Saints playthrough here on Front Office Football 9. Just got done with our 2029 season, starting up the off season for 2030. Another tough year. Went 13-4, made it to the conference championship again and lost. Yeah, man, we've we've definitely reached a space now where we're cooking. Um, we just really got ravaged with injuries right before the conference championship game. Lost Puka and some others, and just yeah, it was a tough year managing those injuries down the stretch. That's for sure. But hey, I think we've gotten this franchise to a really good place, and now it comes with a bit of a challenge. We're about to flip the page, and we'll talk about that in a second. But just looking at where we came out this year, our best score for a season yet. Team performance at a 74 again. Our profit at about a 48, but roster construction was really strong. I'm not sure what gave us a 23 last year, because our roster was more or less the same. It was a little bit better this year, maybe in some areas. I don't know. I don't understand what flipped this, but yeah, things are about to change this year. We do, just looking at where the roster is right now. And I think the main thing is that we're no longer on a rookie quarterback timeline, and that's just going to make it a little bit more of a challenge. We're gonna have to find some areas to be better on the cheap. We're gonna have to find some really good contracts, some diamonds in the rough, draft a little bit better. Because yeah, well, I'm not sure what Lawrence is going to cost, but just looking at what he's been able to do this past season, he had a really good year. His sack percentage is still really high. But he had 34 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, and almost 4,000 yards. He's playing good ball. Completion percentage was 77% last year. Oh my gosh. They're dialing up the easy stuff. So, yeah, that's where we're at. It's just going to be a little bit more difficult. Looking at where the weaknesses of the team are is still turnover margin. That's something to do with Lawrence for sure. Yards allowed, still 7th. Total yards, we're first. I don't know why I'm going from bottom to top, but passing yards, we were 17th. Passing yards allowed, we were 16th. Rushing first. Rush yards allowed 4th. 11th and 1st. Okay. So the defense was still really strong again this year. I'm expecting at some point, like, we're going to lose both of our coordinators. Whether it's this year, we're going to lose at least one this year. And then our stadium lease is coming up, so we'll check out the stadium plan now. Let's just get into that. Let's see here. Oh, we gotta wait one more year. One more year. It's starting to get to a place now where our stadium's almost in one of the worst conditions. So we gotta build something new. We have the second most support in the league, but Chicago's already building, so yeah, we're gonna be looking for a new stadium. We'll start those plans next season. Do our recommended prices. Prices are going down for us. Okay, interesting. Staff retention. 1 year remaining for Dennis Allen. Let's just extend him. There's no reason not to do that. Zach Singleton has been really good as well. Let's extend him. All right. And now we'll see. I would like to re-sign Kent Garcia. He's 39 years old. Wow. Yeah, I think he's going to go. Oh, what is this? Didn't mean to do that. I think Kent Garcia is going to find a new job. I would like to stick with Lucas. If it looks like he's going to stick with us. Okay, let me see. Yeah, all right. I guess we're sticking with the same staff. I'm really surprised that they're gonna let us. They're gonna let us have these two coordinators. This is a 5th year in a row. 2 conference championship appearances in a row. They're gonna let these guys stick around. Okay. Draft class revealed. We'll think about that at a later time. All right. Franchise tag deadline. Do we give it to Alante Taylor again? We tag him for a second time. I don't know, man. He's still really good. But all right, hold on. First and foremost, where are we at salary cap wise? We have 75 in space right now. Can't see what Lawrence is going to cost us. But yeah, we're going to owe him money. He's probably going to command a bag. Our tight end room is completely clean. Guards. Some good linebacker depth. Corners. I mean, oh man. It could be time to step away from Alante. I don't know what he's going to cost in free agency. We can check on that, but I don't think we should hand him the franchise tag. And past that, we could pay Cosme 31 million. But I mean, I'd like to see what he costs as well, because I just don't know that that's a good move either. Lawrence would be 60 mil on the tag. I'm at this point, I would like to lock him up long term. I know like the decision making processing stuff never really came along to a good point with that. But I just think over time as he gets older, the game maybe slows down for him. That's what I'm gonna bet on. Fonga, yeah, I think we're just gonna skip the franchise tag. I don't really feel like that's something. Oh, Josh Allen's an 80. Sheesh. All right. Well, now we're looking at our own roster here. All right, this is the big one. Lawrence. Okay. That's about what I expected here. 20 mil signing bonus. 5-year contracts. First of all, I just want to see real quick too before we go all crazy on this. So Solaris is right here. Okay. So he's not even really... He's kind of like a top 20 quarterback, really. Hmm. Oh man, this is this is a decision right here. This is a decision. The Raven, what are the Ravens doing with Lamar? They put him on the tag. Oops. They even put Josh Allen on the tag. And he's the best quarterback in the league right now. Holmes getting 86 mil. Oh, wait, no. That's Stroud. Stroud and Roderick Jones, man, getting 86 mil. Is that just like... Okay, that's just their salaries for 2 years. Okay. $32 this season. Gets up to 65. 20 mil bonus gets split across. We have four mil per year. It's not really like super binding. And it's not a huge contract. I'm gonna give it a go. We'll have him till he's 31. Yeah, I think we should do it. I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. All right. Sam Darnold. I would like to keep Sam around as just a mentor. That's all it needs to be. Got all our running backs on contract right now. Kendre Miller, we could free up some space with him. Cade Otton is torn LCL. He wants... I don't know if I want to pay him that. Trey McBride, though, would be a few mil per. I think Trey McBride, and he's a mentor too. We bring in somebody young. I think that's a pretty cheap contract. We bring him back. Have like just a decent tight end in the room. Quentin Bailey. Roughly the same deal. It's undrafted tight end here for a couple mil. Okay. Seth Ford, who we brought back. But I don't really think... I mean, how long is Puka going to be out here? 7 weeks. He tore his ACL. No surgery. We'll have to figure out what's going to happen with that, but Cesar Ruiz, few mil to be a backup. Cosme, 2 years, 10 mil, 4 mil bonus. He is 31. Still in good health. No real risk of anything. I think that's a pretty solid deal, actually. Nick Saldivari. Pretty much just a run block guy. Few mil to keep him around. Possibly. I'm not opposed to it. Just to give us a baseline. Paying both of our tackles pretty big money here. DNs. What's Glen Street gonna cost? About 5 mil or so. How about Herb Keisler? About 5 mil or so. Okay. Something to think about. How about Brian Bracey? Ooh, hefty. Hefty 10 mil per, 15 mil per. Somewhere in that like 12 mil per in that range. And he is, let's see, 8-year pro. I don't know. I don't know about all that. I just think that's, look at Shipley here. Major tear. We've got some figuring out to do at D tackle if that's not going to be a thing. Let's keep moving. Middle linebackers, good. Final year of Reed Locklear's in 3 years. About 30 mil. I think that's a pretty cheap deal. I think he's a really good player. I think we should extend him. Let's do that. Okay. Extend Reed. Titus Gans. This dude was an undrafted free agent. He ended up being 41 overall. That's not bad. That's fine depth. There's another undrafted guy. Got some potential. Bring him back. Jacoby Barr. Whiteside against. Barr, definitely a little, not a good run defender. Decent pass defender, mostly propped up by. He's got special teams propping him up for sure. What's Barr gonna cost to get back? A few mil? Whoops. That one I'll think about. It's not the worst. 2 years, 10 mil for Alante. I worry about Alante Taylor. I do worry about Alante Taylor. How much does Holiday cost to bring back? Okay. He's good in all the right places. I just need you to be good at covering. The run defense is actually that should be a little better. But 4 or so mil to keep around like a 55 overall corner, I think that's a good deal. We kind of need the depth there. Bonga. It's going to be about 10 mil to keep around. Ricardo Fryer. That's pretty cheap. And he's only 25. A few mil to keep him around, starting safety. Sure. Millard Bradford. A few mil to keep around. Sure. I might let Hufanga go. Just like we'll just run with Millard Bradford at strong and save ourselves like 10 mil really. Reginald costs like a mil to bring back, that's fine. Alright, we got like 20 mil left here. We have for second, third, fifth, seventh. All right, so we're like a pick short. And we are still. What did Kendre Miller do last year? He's still averaging 6.5 yards a carry. His success rate still is 66%. We're just using him in the right role, man. Like, just took him off starter reps and saddled him up for 150 carries, and he got another near 1,000-yard season, 6 touchdowns. And he's like still really popular. And he's a mentor to the running. There's no reason to get rid of him. Like, he's great to have around. I want to see if there's someone that we can trade. Puka, Rufus, Trent Ginst. We bring in Ginst back. He's a really good run defender. Okay in zone defense. He's a good player. People like him. Okay. Let's see. Kool-Aid. Stan Scruggs. Bub Means can't be worth that money, right? But Bub Means is not going to get... He had 700 yards and 7 touchdowns. Doesn't have good chemistry with our boy, but 700 yards and 7 touchdowns? That's still a good season, man. Like, what would it cost, or what would we be able to get anything for him? No? Even after a season like that, huh? Okay. All right, who do we have left to this fullback? I mean, there's really no reason to bring back this guy. We still have Seth Ford out here. 1 mil. Really, I mean, we could, I guess, but it's no signing bonus. Just a 1-year deal. And figure out what to do with that later. Saldivari, a few mil to bring back, starting guard. Run block potential. Where's our cap right now? 8 mil after picks. I guess like what else are we gonna do with that money, right? I like it. 16 mil. Okay. The line is important, man. I really we stress that. We stress that. Bring most of our guys back here, just no Caesar. Alright, and then we got some DN depth here. Brace. He's gonna be hefty. We cannot bring that back. We cannot. Unfortunately. How about this Henry Severance right here? Pretty cheap. Pretty cheap bring back. These two are gonna be a handful of mil. Jacoby Barr. Rashad Smith's been around. He's just kind of some good depth. Or a few mil for Barr. We drafted him in the 6th round. I think we got Mo Chen in here. Good cap control on most of these guys. It's gonna be some mills to get Trent back. And then Rashad Smith's gonna be pretty cheap to get back. Let me think here. Could probably get a comp pick here. Then we got Alontae Taylor. Hafanga, we already talked about. Couple years, 10 mil per. I just got a bad feeling about a 31-year-old corner. Man heavy corner. Still really smart, still good run defender, but I just have a feeling we're gonna give out that contract and he's about to just plummet. I think we just gotta let that go. So then that leaves us with roughly 6 mil. Okay. I think I like going. I don't love Barr's profile here, but I think bringing him back would be a decent long-term move because he's still starter worthy. It's not a big commitment, and Ginst looks like he's going to be a bigger commitment to bring back if it continues down this road. So we can always say goodbye to that. We can honestly trade him away now if we're not going to re-sign him. And just stick with. We're going to trade Ginst. What would that... What would that... Baltimore... We get a second round pick back. And a fourth in 2 years. Yeah, I'm interested in that. Chicago. We give up a third for a fourth and a second. It's definitely not as good. Yeah, fifth rounder for a second and a fourth. I'll do that. I'll do that. So that moves... Move one of these guys to strong or something like that, but that gives us a little bit of additional cap control. Get a second round pick, a fourth round pick. Yeah. Just a little more cap control, and then we could re-sign Rashad Smith here just for some extra depth. Okay, and then we got 12 mil left. Ruiz out here. Probably one of these two. Just for some depth. Herb Keisler had 10 sacks last year, huh? He played in all 17 games. Glenn did not. They're going to cost the same amount. I guess Herb, we probably bring him in as like a situational pass rusher. A 4 mil would put us in the negative. All right, here's the thing, like we got I think Bub Means has got to go. And we just expect we drafted Fur, we drafted Zion. We just expect those guys to step up into the third receiver spot. And that'll give us the cap room to bring back Herb Keisler. Yeah, 10 sacks, 7, 9.5, 5.5. He's a really good like situational pass rusher for us, it seems like. So I am definitely interested in retaining that. Understood that Bub Means was also a producer on the offense, but I think we have some pieces to bring in to replace that. What am I forgetting? Glenn Street and Bracey were letting walk too much money. Alante, too old. Hufanga, too old and too much money. Yeah, I think we're letting the right pieces go. Yeah, I think we're letting the right pieces go, and I think we signed the right pieces. So let's with that, bring it to the 5th year extension day because we have about 4 millish after draft picks that we want to probably use to bring in some like cheap guys. Fill out the rest of the roster. We have 48 players right now. We're gonna draft about 7-ish, maybe 8. And then bring in like 4 or 5 undrafted guys. Yep. So let's get to 5th year extension day. Stan Scruggs. We're not going to extend him. We haven't even seen him play yet. All right. It's draft prep day. So with that, I thank you guys for watching. And we will continue to make over this roster with our draft in the next episode. Catch you in that one. Peace.